My life story began the moment I opened my eyes to the world. Everything was green and beautiful and I could hear the birds singing. My siblings and I were just born, in a beautiful house in a lush and dense forest. My mother tells us every day that we should not go far from home even a little because sparrows and other birds will hunt us. But I like to go out of the house and play with the ants on the ground. I am tired of hunting insects like beetles and giant bees. My mother says that these things are necessary for our survival and that ants can never be our friends. They are our food, and you will soon have a spider web for yourself and hunt like us, but staying at home for the rest of your life is a hard and annoying job. One day, while I was sitting at home and looking outside, a thought came to my mind. I can sit on the wings of birds when they fly and land on the ground when they land. I closed my eyes and in my dream I thought about what would happen on Earth. It must be very, very fun. I see myself in a garden full of flowers, hand in hand with butterflies, bees, ants, and ladybugs, circling around each other, and we will remain friends forever. I was in this dream when a big bee got stuck in our nest and the spider web started shaking. My mother moved towards the bee. My sister and brothers were clapping happily and excited because a very good lunch had been prepared for them. They all spun a spider web around the bee and prepared it for lunch. After eating lunch, my mother gathered us all together and said that you are now ready to spin a spider web and trap your prey, so it is better for each of you to go to another place to continue your life. My siblings were happy again and cheered my mother with all their hands. Then they each packed their things, said goodbye to my mother, and left to start their new lives. One went in the direction of the wind, and the other went down the tree. Each one moved in a different way. Only I and my mother stayed. My mother said, "Why don't you go?" I said, "I'm waiting for a bird to pass by so I can get away from here." My mother said, "But that could be very dangerous." I whispered, "But I'd like to do it." My mother said, "You have to go anyway, but take care of yourself." I sat in the spider's web, and watched the sunset. It's a beautiful sunset. At that moment, in the golden rays of the sun, I saw a falcon flying straight towards our nest. This could be my chance to fly this way and then land on the ground. I took a few steps back, prepared to jumped back, and as the falcon got closer, I jumped on it. The falcon screamed and flew towards the mountains. I was holding the falcon's feathers and looking down at the ground from above. The dense and beautiful trees, the soft and fluffy clouds and the long road, the tall waterfall and the stars that were slowly starting to shine. The world is truly more wonderful than one could imagine. The falcon looked into a corner and quickly dived towards it. He had targeted a beautiful striped snake that was crawling on the ground. I prepared myself and jumped to the ground at the closest distance as the falcon dived towards the ground. This was where my new life began. The first thing I had to do was find a suitable place for my house. My house could be a rock wall, between the branches of a tree, or even near a waterfall. Anyway, I had to go a little further. Halfway through, I came to a field full of plants of a certain category. I don't know if this could be my home or not. After walking a little, I heard a sound among the plants. I moved towards the sound and, in disbelief, I saw some earthworms harassing a small worm. I approached them and when they saw me, they let go of it, screamed, and decided to go somewhere and take care of him. I walked all night until I got out of the field and reached a tree. I climbed the tree and spun a suitable web between two branches. I put him on the web. I went back to the field to get him food. After that day, I took care of the little worm. I brought him food from the field and he grew bigger and bigger day by day. I took him hunting with me. At night, I sang him a lullaby to put him to sleep and told him about his mother and sisters and brothers. One day, when I returned from hunting, I saw that the little worm had spun a cocoon around itself and was hanging from the tree next to the web. I had heard from my mother that insects may spend part of their life in cocoons. Days passed and these days I go out less and take more care of my little insect so that no one harms it. Yesterday I had a rainy and difficult day and I had a leaf on top of the cocoon the whole time to keep it from getting wet. The wind and rain had done a lot of damage to my nest. Today the weather is clear and sunny. While I was resting with my eyes closed, something moved on my face. When I opened my eyes, I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. This is my insect that has grown so much. That's right, the little worm is now a butterfly and I am very happy about it. The butterfly circled around me and jumped around, flew upwards. It turned around again and put me on its back and we flew in every direction, towards the waterfall and the forest and beautiful flowers. Along the way, we saw other butterflies who complimented the butterfly's beautiful green wings. We landed on a flower and the other butterflies gathered around us. While they were looking at me in surprise, they asked the butterfly to join them. The butterfly wanted to go with them and didn't want to leave me alone. Decided to go somewhere. When we returned to the nest, I asked the butterfly to remember my story and that of my siblings and that everyone must ultimately go towards their own dreams. I asked her to travel with the other butterflies to the fields full of flowers tomorrow. I hugged the butterfly and now I understand why I can't be friends with the other insects. Because each of us has a different path.